Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. As with Phoenix now on the case, the investigation of the Gyaxa Space Center has begun with full permission from Fulbright to examine the scene. We've been checking out various bits and bobs of it, but I've only just realized at the very end of last episode, what the hell is this up here? So let's finally find out, shall we? It's a spider web! No, it's definitely not. Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this. It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena. It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun. You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun here, right? Apparently, this is an important fact. Do you see a bullet anywhere? No. The police might have taken it, though. And so we find ourselves in the monitor, a bullet hole. A single bullet hole was found in the boarding lounge. The bullet itself is missing. Other evidence of foul play. Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. Sure, we shall. Well, that was an interesting find, but supposedly that's not all we will find out of the investigation scene itself. So let's go check over here. Because we were continuing around the place. Like, a certain... Did I check out everything that isn't even useful or relevant until the very, very end? Because look at the boot print in that corner. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says. Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults. We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high. There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, don't jump too high. Then what good is this thing? Didn't I say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Duh, it's about walking. So that's the harness that allows you to kind of get some weirdly simulated zero-G. That's a bit weird. Isn't that for like water drainage or something like that around the side here? I'm not even going to check the boot print out first, but then there was something in there. Hey, I see something shiny down there. Let's take this cover off then. Is it a bullet casing? Oh. What's this? It looks like a metal jelly bean. Yes, that's definitely what it is considering the other things we've examined, Athena. It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see. That would make the caliber 10? Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right? Yeah, but I've never heard of a .1 caliber gun before. This bullet must be for a special kind of gun. I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out. Yeah, it must have been a really small gun. I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left on the south door side of the room according to this map. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here. Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Right, the bullet has been added to the court record, but does it link up with that bullet hole? And I know it's not actually a .1 caliber handgun, it is a .10, like 7.73 kind of ammo and stuff like that. I'm not really into calibers of ammo and all that. I play a lot of shooting games from time to time, but the ammo, the stuff that goes in the gun, not too important, apart from the fact that you have a number that you can shoot. Not a gun fan, I must say, so I do not understand what that could possibly mean, apart from the size, which hopefully allows us to match up with bullet holes and get the gun. So that's not all we have to examine here. I like the blue and red piping. What's that about? In, outs? Shake it all about? Well, let's finally check out the other thing of complete and utter interest. This, even though that's not it. Unless there's something in here too. What's this? A trapdoor? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robot throws the garbage out from here. The robots do the cleaning. What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. No way, all the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. But then it will get me! Right, we got danger jumping signs, danger electric signs, which is what those are on there, and the boot here isn't of interest whatsoever, which means means that there's still something in this room I have not examined. Oh, goodness. Otherwise, it would be trying to move me on at this point, wouldn't it? So what have I not examined? I'm pretty... Oh, the screen itself from here? The holographic image off, the screen is completely black. Yeah, we saw that, which for some reason makes me think of losing an argument to press to go back in court. Yeah, you said this. But at least it got my brain revved up. I come up with my best ideas at times like these. I'm glad. Well, now we've really examined everything. I can't think of anything else that we haven't examined, apart from the door? Let's see. This door is... Where's that pamphlet? We know what door it is. Here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1. We went through it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright. So I guess the security lot must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door. This must be the fingerprint recognition device. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. And just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. Then does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small. Voila! Fingerprint powder! I bought it just in case something like this came up. I found it in the office. I've been just itching for a chance to use it. Wow, what do you think ahead? Now let's dust the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find. You got it! Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there and... That you blowing it. Wow, I left all the interesting evidence till last. I examined everything but. So how did that happen? Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Ah, it's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'll be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints on the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right, and there's the security footage of this door too. Yes, here it is. It came up in court the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. I imagine we're done with this room right now. Finally. Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome. Yikes! What in the world? My name is Ponco. P-O-N-C-O. Ponco! Okay, robots. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you. It's a robot. I am not a robot. I am Ponco. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponco. Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Oh, Ponco, I've missed you. Wait, I'm worried at this point. I'm actually worried. Are we seriously going into this? We've had a parrot as a witness. We've had an orca as a murderer/witness. And now, a robot? Huh? Do you know this thing, Athena? Oh, she showed us around last time when I came with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponco. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. So very happy. Wow, a guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you. I don't know you. I don't know you. Huh? Ouch, that hurt. Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponco. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too. His name is Phoenix. A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face. Oh, sure. Registering. Facial registration sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix. Huh, this robot is pretty cute. You made a friend, boss. Isn't it great? Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you right this way. Oh, goody. Let's go, boss. Go where? And so it is that we move to the Space Museum. Is that literally Space Invaders shooting that going? Oh wow, what is this place? Is that rocket real? Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 AM to 7 PM. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the Hat 1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one. The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map. The museum that shows aliens shooting at the spacemen. Okay, so it's on the exact opposite of the main building from Launchpad 1. Which seems kind of irrelevant. We now have 3 pages on it. Ask me anything, I will explain. Okay, we'll talk to you, Ponco. What about the Hat 1? This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up. This is a replica of the Hat 1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real Hat 1, inside and out. Its little brother, the Hat 2, was supposed to launch the other day. I wonder if Ponco knows why the launch was cancelled. Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out, check it out. Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on a day off. I'd like to examine that suit. Why is it slashed? Hey, what's this a photo of? Phoenix, that's the staff of the Hat 1 project. Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different. Ah, and that's... What is it, Athena? Is something wrong? Oh, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too. That's all. Well, it was 7 years ago after all. So the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck is Clay Terran, the victim. So they were mentor and protege even way back then. He's even got one of the staff jackets. It looks just like a regular staff member. No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. This Space Museum is great. What fantastic exhibits. This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor. Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead? There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts. Budget cuts. We need more money. Money. Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot? While it was in space, the Hat 1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago. That's what Director Cosmos said too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed. And here it is, the Hope space probe. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, the capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. I think it can be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her. Okay. Do I want to do that now, or do I want to check out the Launchpad Layout? Ah, well, strike while the iron's hot, they say. Present! Oh, wait a second, I actually have to go out for that, don't I? Forgot! Present! Ponco, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right? Checking registered data. I know, it's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe. It contained the asteroid samples, right? Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed. Don't worry, Ponco. The people in charge already know what happened. They do. I must ask them later. So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the contents. Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. I hope Capsule has been added to the court record. So we didn't even have that before. Right, so let us talk a little bit more. That didn't open more conversation dialogue, it actually just got us straight more evidence. Or separated some evidence when you think about it. The way the Space Center Launchpad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you? The setup of the Launchpad? Don't gel on my spiky head mind. I want to know. I want to know. Phoenix wants to know too. Great. Now Athena's got a case of Poncoitis. Hooray! I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the Launchpad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the Launchpad over the rails. And brought into position at the launch site. Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all. It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year. Myself included. I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh? That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged. I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures. I would love to see the launch pad being moved. What's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold. Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet. Which is perfectly understandable. Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching data. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database. I guess Ponco can only answer certain questions. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. Thank you, Ponco. You explained everything very well. I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you. You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently. Haha! It's because Ponco is so friendly. Well, what should we investigate next? Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about. Let's see. The security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay, now let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor. Bye, Ponco. See you later. Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop. Poor Ponco. What a Dickensian life we are forced to lead. What, being forced to be a shill? I don't know. Well, if we want to find Fulbright then, I guess we move to Launchpad 1 corridor? And watch a lovely robotic hoover. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice again? There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor. Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mode as well then. Yes, as well as before then. As well as many times. If he doesn't cooperate, I'll just have to use my powers on him. You mean that lady in distress bit? In justice we trust. Sure. Do I want to present stuff to him or just talk to him first of all? Let's just talk to him first of all. We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene. You did? Our team found that too! It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet. Detective Arm? That's right! A warning shot for the defendant! Was it really such a high threat situation that she needed to do that? I'm afraid I don't know the details. What with Detective Arm gone and all? But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together. We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows. Hey, you're pretty smart! That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course! I hope it goes down easy. Okay, fingerprint data. So if we're getting information about the fingerprint data, we need to present the security camera kind of stuff to try and get more information out of him, unless he's just going to give that to us. Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge. Ah, yes, I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. This is quite a bit of data. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though. Whoa, he got Apollo and my prints. He even got prints for all of the robots. I guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep. Ah, his fingerprints are here too. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all. Did you? I still can't believe you took off his glove to get his fingerprints. Yeah, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important in this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose prints we find, it could completely change the tide for both sides. Makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow. Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy. Isn't this just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door? Yup. But Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason. What's so important about this door? Beats me, but boy, could you see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it. Sounds like this is going to be a major point of contention tomorrow. Is that thing on the side, the knob, the safety lock? Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss. Right, Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now? You just leave it to me! In justice we trust! Okay, here we go! Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door. He must have opened it when we went to go aboard the rocket. Yeah, I guess. Makes sense. They had to go across in the first place. His heart must be full of hopes and dreams for a space adventure right then. Right, so Starbuck's prints were found on this door lock. Also see photo taken after the incident. When it says also see photo taken after the incident, what does that actually mean? Just that photo there, okay. Only the prints of Director Cosmos, Starbuck, and Terran are authorized. Equipment backup power, print recognition attempts are recorded via security camera, so there'd be a picture of it. The Starbuck's prints were found on the scanner screen after incident has now been added to that list by the look of it. Well, from there then, I guess we try to present a little bit to get some more information, because we didn't get it in conversation. This? Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge 1 camera, because we want to see different security footage, so surely presenting the only little bit we have is the way to get it. Oh, that footage! Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it. Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this? Easy as pie! I'd be glad to show you. Here we go! Huh? The screen went blank. Yes! Apparently the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point. Ha ha ha! How convenient. Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? So the video showing the defendant and victims escaping the corridor, the video ends immediately after the scene, meaning that nothing else was scanned at all. Or that there were no more attempts to open the door. I don't know. Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative. Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right? But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you? What? I don't know what you're talking about! I would never do anything like that! Ha! Let the good times roll, as they say. It's been a while. But those are definitely psych-locks. Do you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about? No, psych-lock. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. I can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this maggot armor. Presenting evidence can break those locks and reveal any secrets they're hiding. Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out of that for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to. I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. It isn't some kind of fraud, it really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago. But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Right, I can use the maggot arm running by touching the X button. Of course, the DLC case fitting into a certain timeline, we've had it charged since a previous period of time, have we not? I don't know anymore. Let us go and Magatama, take that! Your secrets out of your heart. Psych lock time! In secrets we trust. So why are you being cooperative, Fulbright? I think you're hiding something, Detective, so why don't you just tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice? Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over. Life, love, or justice? Justice, really. Obviously. I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine. Is that a fact? Yup, peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail from a routine rocket launch. I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as you claim as long as this exists. Right, I mean... what am I presenting here? The bombing reports? Anything that mentions police stuff? The bombs went off despite tight security. Police officers and riot police who had been standing by gave the evacuation. Yes, sir. Yeah, the guard can't be relaxed if A, they've got extra police and riot police on scene. It's this one, though. That's very much proof that there was not a relaxed guard. Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet security was so tight they even brought in a special task force. I'd hardly describe that as a relaxed guard detail. Now, hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail. As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. When I say it's very strange that this person would be part of that detail from the outset. Okay, so someone who was there on the day that wasn't necessarily Fulbright, who was just a detective. A detective who specialized in bomb cases was on detail at the Space Center, one of the first to find the body, now deceased, Candace Arm. Why would she be there if there wasn't a bomb threat called in? Take that! Detective Arm specialized in bomb cases. The fact she was here on hand means that you people knew that there was a possibility that bombing would occur. Ah, you got me, Mr. Wright! Tell me your secrets now. So there was a bomb threat prior to everything. So what you can't say, you're now about to spill. All right, I concede. You win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing, but the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat. But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed? Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it? How was the warning delivered? By phone and directly to Director Cosmos. But the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps. That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset. But it's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well. Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties. That's not it. It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court. The reason he's still prosecuting. Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know. Right, so we're about to get into information about Prosecutor Blackwell. Something that's probably been over this entire game that we haven't really clarified is why a convict can still practice law for the side of law, as in the police that convicted him. How is this all happening? Well, by the sound of it, we're about to find out next time on Phoenix Wright, Your Destinies. Join me then to hear what Fulbright has to say, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.